alright, everybody. So this is like my 600th take making this video. I've been doing this for an hour and 40 minutes, but haven't really gotten a good video so far. So let's hope this is the one. But yeah, so today we're going to be discussing the hashtag unwhitewash the Bad Batch. So, yeah, I personally think this is kind of just stupid, and like a lot of it can just be easily debunked, or just like, if you just think for a second, like, what? No, you're looking at it, you know? Anyways, but I do want to look at this. I definitely have like my mind, you know, I've seen a lot of this stuff. I've read the posts before, and I just think this is kind of bad, but I don't want to, you know, the other people who've made videos on this are definitely very brace about this subject, and definitely aren't changing anybody who actually believes there's whitewashing in the show's mind. So I'm gonna try to change your mind today, or you already agree with me, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna just start off quickly. We're gonna look at the person who made this blog post. I don't know where exactly. I found this on a website. There's like the an image of it. So hashtag unwhitewash TBB, which is the Bad Batch. I'm making a post here because there's a small amount of traction already on Twitter. Since the official release of Star Wars The Clone Wars in 2008, the series had steadily increasing issues with racism and whitewashing various characters. Some examples include making Barriss, a Muslim-coded female Jedi, a bombing terrorist, and giving 2 black characters blue eyes. I don't know which character she's talking about, but I also don't know if that's like a negative stereotype. I've personally never heard that. But that definitely, could definitely be a thing that I'm just not aware of. The Clone Troopers, canonically based on a Maori man named Tamora Morrison, grew up to be progressively lighter throughout the show. It's most obvious with Boba's design while he's in prison, but we also see it during the Umbara arc and with Echo's drastically changed appearance post-rescue. Yeah, so the designs changed a lot in Umbara arc, or maybe a little bit before that. Maybe it was during the Citadel rescue, where, see, I have the 5s here, the TVC 5s, from the Citadel rescue. Yeah, just needed to show that guy. I think the designs might have changed by then, but if you didn't notice, the old clone designs and the new ones, their faces have definitely changed a lot. So yeah, I think the clones have definitely slightly lighter skin tones, but just because someone has a lighter skin tone doesn't mean they're white. They didn't make these characters white. Like, a lot of this is just jumping to conclusions. Like, they didn't make these characters white. Like, you know? And then, so, like, and also Echo's post-rescue appearance. Okay, if you're a Star Wars fan, you must, if you just know, if you just know how the sun works, you'd know that if you, for 2 years, are, like, in a cryo-freezing chamber, keep in mind, Echo was very weak and unhealthy. I don't know exactly how he was kept alive, like, it was like some sort of cryo-freezing chamber or something. So this guy definitely is gonna look very different. He's not gonna come out looking like a completely normal clone with some of those little like, tube things in his head. You know what I mean? I think this is something that most people can come on. Even if you believe there's whitewashing in the show, I think most people can agree that that's, like, such a stretch. Okay, so in The Bad Batch, it gets drastically worse. The Bad Batch's writing is inherently racist. A group of genetically altered men have a series of desirable mutations that sets them apart from other clones. Okay, it's not, yeah, so, I mean, I don't, like, so many of these things, you really have to, these are big stretches, you know what I mean? You have to, like, you have to start with your thing, and you have to start with what you're thinking, forget any of the middle part of it, and just come to your conclusion without any, you know, other information or any other thinking about it. So, yeah, that's just, okay, they're genetic clones. Keep in mind, this is Star Wars. We're gonna see genetically, this isn't like some serious, like, I shouldn't say not political, because Star Wars is pretty political, but, like, it's, you know, It's Star Wars, so we're gonna see some genetically mutated clones. That doesn't mean it's racist or whitewashing. Okay, so one of those mutations is mostly or completely lightened skin and changed facial features so that they look like white men. This group of genetically superior men also hates regs, aka normal clones who have not been altered in any way. Once again, these are clone trooper characters, right? This isn't like some real life things. And they dislike the regs for, I'm not exactly sure why. Mostly I think just because they're regs. Yeah, they're a little prejudiced against the regs. But if anything, it's just about how they're just regular clones, or just all clones and not special like them. It's not about their skin color. I'm pretty sure the Bad Batch characters aren't racist themselves. They're implied to be freer thinkers than the regular clones. Yeah. No. I'm sorry. They're not implied. They are. I believe, I mean, let's be clear. Fives was a very free thinker, and so is Rex. A lot of clones are. But these guys didn't do Order 66, right? They didn't have their chips in their brains. They're like, they don't follow orders that much. But they get the job done. Like, right? Like, that's how he says it in the show, so I'm being funny. The lightest of the team, Tech, is the most passive, also the most boring. And the darkest one, Wrecker, is the most violent. Also one of my favorites. I don't see Wrecker being violent as, not only do I not see it as a stereotype, because keep in mind, this is Star Wars. Also, these aren't like, not only is it not like this things, but it's like, I honestly, I don't know. It just seems like so many jumping to conclusions and stretches. So yeah, this is such a, yeah, I don't find this very good arguments. Remember, if you wanna challenge me in the comment section, do it. I wanna argue. No, but I wanna try to change your mind, and I want you to try to change my mind, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Twitter. So Eric Kane says, "How angry are you at Star Wars for whitewashing the Bad Batch?" Okay. Like, I really hate to be on this side of the people who are like, Mr. Potato Head is offensive, or this is not offensive, or you're being an SJW, or whatever. Like, I don't like to be on that side, because normally I'm just like, dude, why do you care? Like, you're a politician, you know what I mean? Or, dude, why do you care? You're like a news broadcaster. But this is a Star Wars issue, and as you can tell, I have my Rebels Rule, my Rebels Rule drip. So, yeah. Does it make me a bad leftist to think the whole unwhitewashed TVP thing is insanely stupid? No. Okay. I'm looking for, a lot of these are just kind of the same point. Okay, this is the one which I found very weird. So here's my Omega edit. Unwhitewashed TBB. If I can do it in less than 10 minutes, why can't Disney? It's Omega from the show, who I personally think is actually a pretty good character. I thought she might be a little bit annoying, but I actually kind of like her so far. And then they made her skin darker, which I don't know. To me, it just kind of seems like, I mean, I know Theo, the person who made this, is African American, but it just kind of remind me of like when cartoons do blackface or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels odd, and they definitely made her like a lot more dark than any of the clones are. So that's also like adds to that sort of feeling. It just I don't know. It doesn't. It's not like I'm not gonna say it's racist because, you know, it was an African American person doing it, but it just feels a little bit off. I don't know. That's my personal opinions on it. So there's a bunch of these like Omega edits, and then there's this one, FU unwhitewashes your Echo. Okay, so this one I definitely, like I said earlier, Echo was in a cryo-freezing chamber, I believe. I don't know exactly what it was called. He was in captivity in, like, with no sunlight for, like, 2 years, right? So, of course, Echo's gonna look different. It wouldn't really make much sense if he didn't look, if his skin just went completely back to normal. I mean, look, you can't, like, go and spend that time. Of course, you'd in real life you'd just die in like a chamber like that, but your skin color would change. Also, this is Star Wars. I can't stress enough how it's Star Wars, and how it's Star Wars, and how it's Star Wars, and how it's Star Wars. Okay, so there's one on Saw Gerrera. Now this I find incredibly stupid. Now the other ones you can try to justify your points more, however scattered they might be or whatever. But this one, okay, so Saw Gerrera, right? These people have to be really kind of dumb because Saw Gerrera is from the Clone Wars, if you didn't know. And then they cast Forrest Whitaker, who has a lot darker skin than the Saw Gerrera we see in the Clone Wars, as Saw Gerrera. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's like not even a continuity error, but oh yeah, I see, there's like a difference, but who cares, right? Who cares? It's Star Wars. It's just an actor. It's a show. I don't care. So, and then in Star Wars Rebels, it's like kind of in between. It's definitely a lot darker than it is in the Clone Wars. Because he has a lot lighter skin in the Clone Wars. But yeah, it's really dumb to be like, oh, they're whitewashing him or whatever. He was originally lighter skinned. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. These points just don't make sense if you really think about them for a minute. There's a lot of these like edited images where they like make her face darker or whatever. There also is a lot of these images where there are a lot of these people posting here are just like anti this stuff, just like this is dumb, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's also the Kin and Jarrus one, which actually kind of makes a little bit of sense. I mean, I don't think it's whitewashing or a racist thing. I do think it's a little bit inconsistent of how he's like. I think he's a little bit his skin color doesn't really match as like when he becomes older, but I don't really care. That's the problem. That's the thing. Like, this is such, like, it's so arbitrary to, like, think that, like, someone would care this much about something so minuscule and not important in the world. Like, it just, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just kind of bad. Yeah, so, I hope I came at this with a fair and good view. I hope I didn't, the video wasn't to upset anybody or anything like that, but it was just to state my opinion and hopefully change yours. But yeah, I think they are changing. Disney's actually changing the like making sure or something. They're doing something, so for the lighting, so that the clones aren't like lighter than they normally are, which that's fine. I mean, look, if the clones in a few shots were like because of the lighting in Camino just looked like different than they normally do, then okay, yeah, fix it. Cool. I'm all on board for more consistency and just I look, I'm like not like I said earlier, I'm not normally like the guy who's like, oh, I'm kidding, like you're being such a snowflake, or you're being this, or you Twitter did. I'm not that guy who just complains about cancel culture and blah 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 and censorship and blah 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 and Twitter all the time. But I do think that I just think as a Star Wars fan, I don't know, this is kind of been something I wanted to talk about, and I hope this was a good video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. I just got 100 subscribers, so yeah, hoping to get more. Hopefully, my goal is probably maybe 150 by the end of the year. I don't know. It took me about 8 years to get to the 100, so 50 subscribers. Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit hard. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.